When I first started writing this play, mental illness in young people was rising across the Western world. Rates of diagnosis were increasing. Children and adolescents were being put on mood and behavioural medication, and you'd think with this greater awareness and access to care that functional outcomes for these children and adolescents would be better once they reached adulthood. But at the moment, suicide in young people is at a 10-year high.
The leading cause of death for people under 18 is suicide. And this is not a play about suicide, it's about wrestling with mental illness and the complexity of diagnosis, especially in young people, and the difficulty for parents in parenting someone with behavioural difficulties.
I wanted to interrogate what was happening here. I wanted to ask some really big and difficult questions about the topic.
I think, unfortunately, that subject, that issue is at the forefront of all conversations about education and law and identity, and I think Sydney needs time and space to think in a fictional way about all of these things. I think parents need a fictionalized version of this story to come and look at and have a think about choices that they're making for their kids. I think young people need to be able to come and see something that is, again, a hopeful conversation about navigating the difficulties of independence.
Because it was a subject that affected so many people, so many families, so many mental health practitioners, most of whom were just trying to keep young people alive. I wanted to make sure that I was injecting as much nuance into the topic as possible, and also a great deal of humour and humanity.